Hi, my name is Giuseppe, and this little video is about making photo collages. I don't know how far back a person might remember, but back earlier, let's just say it that way, we used to start out with having to make a new canvas or screen in order to put your pictures on in order to make a collage, and size had to be set, white or transparent background, and then they had to be brought up individually. I loaded up, I have 8 pictures here already loaded into Photoshop. Drag it up from the bottom, put it on there with your move tool, put the picture where you want to, size it the way you want it, accept it, and repeat this process. Each picture had to be brought up to where you wanted it, and you could move it later, of course, and that took quite a bit of shuffling around, especially if you had several photos to contend with because of the different sizes. You think you had it just right where you wanted, then had to move it, and this went on and on. You could do this through all of those photos down there, but I won't. What I want to show you in this video is a wonderful feature that Photoshop Elements has improved since the 2019 version, and even better now than it was. Before then it was not quite as sophisticated, so I'm going to put these back down on the photo bin, start from scratch here, and now we want to make a collage. Obviously you load the pictures, and they can come from either the organizer or your files, wherever. I just happen to have these loaded to save a little time. I'm going to go over here to create and choose photo collage, and I don't know how well I can count seconds off, but after I press photo collage I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seconds we have a collage. Each one of the pictures pretty well centered, selected, and placed with space between them. Now if you want to move one, it's very easy. Your move tool is included over here. So like this one, a little more. And if you wanted to increase it, you can just possibly see the bounding box here with the knobs on each corner in the center. If a person wanted to enlarge that picture, you can do it just like you normally would. Move it around. It's already created. You green arrow commits, and there we are. Well, this made a nice looking collage, and it's called a horizontal. If you look over here on the right column, you have a choice for horizontal, vertical, panorama, or square. So if you're making a newsletter or a bulletin, and say you had a space only open for vertical, just go over there and click on the vertical instead, and Photoshop does its thing while you relax and just gab while you're making a video like this, and there it is. And once again, you can move the images to where you want them, make sure they're appropriately placed, and you've got a vertical. This is quite an improvement. And if you don't like the white lines dividing, you can go over here in the lower right, choose graphics, and any one of hundreds of backgrounds can be chosen to go where the white separations are, like that. If you don't like it, Control Z or Command Z, depending on which computer you're on, Mac or PC, and it undoes it. You can scroll on down. There are literally hundreds to choose from, And if you have one specific one you want to emphasize or call special attention to, way down somewhere on the lower end of this list, like here, they have some frames. Let's say we want a frame around that little dog. Go over here, click. You notice some of these options have a blue tab on the corner, like these right here. That means you've not used it before and it needs to be downloaded. If it doesn't have the blue tab, it's one you've used previously and is on your computer, so it doesn't have to download, although the download only takes a matter of seconds. So click on that and it goes to work putting the frame. This one happens to be pretty much concealed and it's not a good choice, so try something different. There's one there. Clicked on the bottom one instead, but this gives you an idea. You can have a frame around there, and when you don't like it, want to choose it, just your undo. Some pretty nice options. You can change the position. Let's say I wanted the dog in this square here instead. I right click on the dog, I choose drag to swap photo, and then I do just that, drag and swap it to where I want the dog photo. Automatically it puts the dog over here and the one that was up there down here where the dog was. Pretty nice. You can add pictures or delete. If you right click on any one of the pictures, you have these options: rotate, left or right, the drag that we just did, change the background, replace the photo with a different one, remove it all together, clear the frame, and edit. So with this feature, making collage is not a bit of drudgery like it used to be, or a time-consuming process at all. So when you get the display that you like, simply save it. If you want to work on it further, then naturally you would save it as a PSD. Otherwise, if it's finished and you don't want to continue to work on it, I suggest saving it as a JPEG to save space, and choose your location to save it, and just like any other file, it's saved. So that's how quickly you can make a collage in Photoshop Elements. This happens to be Photoshop Elements 2023, but as I said, since after the versions from 2019, this feature is pretty much the same. It was available before then and a little bit different. They've even streamlined it much more. So hope you enjoyed this. My name is Giuseppe, and thank you for viewing this video.